Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after having an experience with you becomes your trademark. This is the motto of our today's guest, Anna Cheung. Anna, thank you for coming today. Welcome to my YouTube channel, to today's podcast. I'm really glad to see you today. I know that you are the brightest, one of the brightest and the most recognizable face on the real estate market here in UAE. Without even exaggerating, believe me, I know that those who are listening to us right now would agree with me. And if you remember, when I moved here 3 years ago, you were among my first contacts here, and everyone was saying, Olga, if you want to dive deeper into real estate market, please go to Anna for a broker tour. If you remember this day,
I do. Olga, I'm speechless, and that doesn't come natural to me, as you know me.
Yes,
I mean, I'm impressed. You know my motto. I'm even more impressed that you can pronounce my surname. And I'm very honored and privileged to be here with you today. And of course, it's always nice to share the knowledge, have a friendly chit chat with a fellow professional in Dubai. And I always up for it. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you too. I know that in 2020 you joined one of the local luxury developers here, and just within a bit more than a year, you were promoted to the position of a sales director.
True.
This is really fantastic. Wow. Applause.
Well, I'm a humble person.
You are.
I think, any promotion, there's a reason. I would not be one of those people who say because I'm so amazing I was promoted. I think it's the figures, the dedication, the market understanding and knowledge that I brought from my previous careers as well, and from being a real estate broker in Dubai. So I think I've done well as a developer, and maybe that was recognized, which in our industry not often, as you know, happen.
Yeah.
And I think also being a real estate broker and being a manager is two different things. Some people can do both. Some people can do one better than the others. And I genuinely love working with people. I loved seeing...
I can feel it.
I loved seeing my team, doing well. Yes, I love selling. I will never stop selling. By that, I mean, even if my team sells, not me, but I will be part of that because I just like that interaction. I love being with people. But yes, it's a rewarding as much as selling yourself to be a manager. So I think maybe those qualities elevated my promotion. I don't know.
Okay, perfect. So you have had great experience on this market with its ups and downs. How do you think now we are on the ups stage or on the down stage from your perspective?
I think we're correcting now. I often have conversation with the brokers who've been in the market less than, for example, me, or they came from different countries to Dubai, and they're saying, hey, the market's been amazing last 2 days or last 2 years or last 2 months, but what's happening right now, it's down. They're comparing with only short period of time that they experienced it, Any market, and you worked in many markets around the world, you understand that there's no such thing as always going up.
Yeah.
That's artificial. That's actually a scary market. That's the market you don't want to be always in.
Yeah.
The market is always going up and down due to demand, due to geographical, political, and other issues. I've recently discussed the conversation with a friend of mine about the Dubai bubble. And I generally don't believe that such thing exists because it's just people who don't know Dubai well. So to me, the luxury market where I'm involved, I haven't seen any downside in terms of downturn, I would say. In terms of, there is still lack of this segment on the market. If the client coming today to Dubai, and we're talking about $10 million plus, and looking for something to move in right now, he will struggle. So in this segment, I don't see the downside. Of course, the craziness of people buying the property overnight, queuing, that's not something we want to be sort of seeing every day, but it obviously shows the demand. But I think, it's normal to correct the prices. Have you seen the rental prices are going up, meaning there's no ready properties?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be. So, to my knowledge, I think it's not going down. It's slowing down. It's becoming more realistic.
Okay. Can we get back to your personality and your personal approach to this world? Because it's not that I have, not only that I have always been admired of, but that I constantly been learning from. So can you tell me, please, what key factors contributed to your such a quick promotion from just a position of property consultant to sales director with your ex-employer?
Well, it's not really quick. I mean, I've been in the market, I've been in Dubai over 8 years now, and my background comes from also working with high net worth individuals.
Yeah.
So I'm not new to this, but I mean, I think personality is, it's what you have. And I don't understand, honestly, when, you know, you have sort of recognizable people in Dubai, in our industry.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between thinking that they're celebrities, they're not. We're just real estate people who maybe know something or been here or maybe known in social media, yeah?
Yeah.
There's no need to copy them. If you are aspiring real estate agent and you're new to the market, you have to be yourself. Your personality is what will carry you, you know, but yeah, you have to love your job. You have to love dealing with people because in some cases, you know, it's not something that you're going to close the deal today, tomorrow. It's about, you know, carving that relationship with a client. And that's where you need your personality. You can't be just repetitively pitching, you know, without achieving. So, yeah, I always say your smile, your personality has to be genuine.
Yeah.
You know, if you're forcing it, it's not real. And smart people feel it and they know it. They will not work with you and they will not respect you as well.
I know that you have been inspiring many brokers, hundreds, if maybe not thousands, on this market to conquer new horizons. And by all your personal achievements and results, you really confirmed that everything is possible in life and in this country in particular. But let's get back to your career path. And I know that you used to live in UK. When did you move to Dubai and why to Dubai at that time? It's very interesting because, yeah, it happened before I moved in here.
Yeah, so I've been coming to Dubai for over 20 years because my husband's family living here and regularly we were visiting them. And the idea was always, as much as I love UK, it's my home, you know, I'm British, but my heart is in Dubai right now and I don't think it will change. So around 8-9 years ago, we've made a decision to sell our business in UK, and it was a successful business. We were dealing with elite sports people, you know, and to relocate here full time. And honestly, we never looked back. So I wish we came earlier. You know what you're saying? I came before you.
Yeah.
I wish I came before myself. You know, if I came here 15 years ago, I think it would be even more. But even for the past 9 years, living full time here, I've seen Dubai evolving, you know, creating things that even 5 years ago we were not thinking about it. You know, I mean, I think Dubai is doing so much for people who live here. They want us to stay. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds cool. Actually, UAE is my 5th country of immigration. I used to live, of course, Russia, Italy, UK as well, London in particular, US, and I'm really happy living here. There's so many benefits.
I understand why.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not very keen of is the climate, especially now. But this time passes so quickly that, you know, you even don't have too much time even to notice. It's just 3 months.
You get used to it. You know, honestly, I do get asked a lot. People say, how do you live in summer here? Do you go away? And I was like, no, we don't go. I mean, we go away on holiday. But I don't go back to UK only because it's hot in Dubai. No, it's catered for, you know, I mean, you go to a mall, you go to a restaurant, you go to an office, you go in the house. Everything is air conditioned. It's actually harder to tolerate heat in UK. When it's 30 degrees in UK once a year, you know, people can't breathe. They can't sleep at night because they don't have air conditioning. Here it's all fine. So, you know, for me, I mean, I call myself as a desert lizard. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy in the heat.
Okay, perfect. So now you are working on the ultra luxury real estate market in this specific segment. How do you tailor your personal approach to meet the specific needs of each luxury client?
So yeah, luxury segment is something I'm very passionate about. I think you know that. You can see it. And actually being passionate about something, that's one of the first things how you tailor your approach to the client. But yeah, I've been involved for the past how many years with the ultra luxury segment. And I mean, at the end of the day, high net worth individuals are people. They're the same people as us.
Yeah.
They just have more money. Two things sometimes they can't find is the time. And that's why they work with us, because we save them time. We find solution for them quicker instead of sort of wasting time and looking themselves. And second time, they look for services. Yeah. So whether it's from the beginning of the meeting, you know, how people buy from other people, they buy because they feel relaxed, they feel comfortable, and they understand that you will bring them a value.
Yeah.
To bring the value, you need to have a knowledge. To have the knowledge, you really need to constantly learn. I don't understand brokers who come and say, I've been in the market 5 years, I know it all. I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. If you have this motto in your life, you will never learn more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's more of a getting to know the client. Important listening what he wants. What is he looking for? It's individual approach. You know, it's a bit like, you know, when working in the theater, yeah, you rehearse the same pitch.
Yeah.
And you do it every night, performance, yeah. So you know your words and you do it. A lot of real estate developers do that. You go to their presentation and they pitch the same thing. I look at it more of a stand-up comedy show, you know, in a good sense of this word, because you have to be prepared, you know. You have to react and you have to observe. Any information you give to the client, you shouldn't really admire your own voice in the process. You should be listening in their reaction.
Active listening.
Active listening, not interrupting. Yeah, you are becoming a psychologist, even though you're not really, you know, studied for it, but you have to read the audience. If you, as a real estate professional, cannot read the audience, I don't think you'll be successful. People need to be relaxed when they come to you. And, you know, I mean, high net worth individuals, they know what they're looking for. Dubai is not their first home. No one's buying first home in Dubai for $10 million plus as a first investment. They understand what they want. And if you can cater to them and you explain to them, listen, there's no rush. Let's choose the perfect. Whether it's your home, whether it's your investment, they'll stick with you.
There is a good proverb: the more you learn, the more you understand that you don't know anything. Exactly. The market is constantly changing. So when someone come up to you saying, oh, I have been on the market for 5 years, I know everything. You never know everything. Everything is so changeable, especially here in UAE. But what are current trends on the ultra-luxury real estate market in UAE? What trends do you notice?
I mean, we have a lot of developers now coming up with the promise of ultra-luxury projects happening. Obviously, they see the market. They understand that this is what's been moving for the past year very successfully and people were making money. But of course, every developer is different. And that's what you're saying, the knowledge comes to conversation. Yeah. I also believe in friendship and in a positive competition. I'm friendly with most of the developers in Dubai in sense that, you know, we talk, we communicate. You know, and the same goes with the broker. I believe in, you know, sort of, if you want to pitch your product, you don't need to bash a competition to make yourself better. You should be confident in your product. You know, if the clients ask you, I'm going here and here, what's the cons and, you know, sort of pluses and minuses, you shouldn't be talking about minuses. It's a negative thing, you know? And this is something we learn when I was working with athletes, NLP. You know, the language, you know, it's very important. You know, you shouldn't be doing negative. You just talk about your positives, your pluses, you know. And of course, there will be always something different in one developer to another. But knowing your market, respect your competition, don't say bad things, because the broker you had a relationship with who brought you a client, maybe half an hour later, he goes to another developer. And let's say no matter how good you've done your pitch to the client, your product could be just not what he's looking for. It happens, yeah?
Such things happen.
We know our product is the best and we believe in it, but it might not fit the client. So if I'm going to start bashing the competition around and say, oh, they're bad, don't go there, bad enough he's not going to buy with me. He's also not going to buy with that broker, with the other developer. You know, that broker will never come back to me. So it's all about relationship, knowing the market, and professionally navigate.
And ethics, I would add.
Ethics, and also, ethics. You know, I mean, competition is good. It's good. It shows that this market segment, the luxury, is booming. So yeah, it's great. Just let's be step ahead. And that comes from professional approach.
Yeah. How do you always stay updated to all the market trends? Maybe you read some books, some reports, so maybe you can give some piece of advice.
Yeah, reading is important. I think network is one of the most important things. So I do have coffees, lunches, just generally friendly chit chats with other developers, with brokers on the market. Also recently been to Knight Frank's destination Dubai. I was very fortunate to be invited there. Amazing statistics. It's actually, they compiled all statistics in a couple of hours, and they've spent hours, days, months preparing it. So that was interesting to see, again, to talk to other developers who were there as well. So yeah, it's constant learning, reading, not necessarily take information from Instagram. Because although I'm on Instagram, you're on Instagram, we're on social media, but not every information comes from Instagram is correct.
100%.
A lot of things.
I agree with you 100%.
In the morning, you wake up, you open your phone, and you listen to some of the stories people post. And honestly, I'm like, wow.
Some stories drive me up the wall, to be honest. Yeah.
How do they sell? How do people believe them? I mean, if somebody promising you, and you in your right mind understanding that this is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. There's no miracle. There is a knowledge and understanding what the client wants. You can't have a product that ROI, capital appreciation, happen very rarely. So when agents promise you, I will give you double in 2 months.
Never happens. Never happens.
Use your brain.
Yeah.
We can make a lot of money, but if we invest smart with the right professionals.
True.
With the right advice. Yeah.
True. Could you please tell me what is your most memorable deal and client? I know you have many stories to share with, but what is the most memorable?
So you see, I look at us as a real estate professional a bit like priests,
Yeah.
We don't want to share. People trust us, their private information. We don't want to
names,
broadcast it without names, without anything.
Of course.
I have many interesting clients meetings. I've met some princes and other people. But I think one of the stories that I remember from very early age in my career, most of the brokers who are in Dubai, they start working on the stands, in the malls. So I was also on the stand on the mall. So that's it's encouraging story, for people who are just starting in the market. I was on Emaar stand early in the morning. Nobody wanted that shift, by the way, because it was early in the morning, and they're saying luxury clients don't walk around the malls at 10 a.m. So I've met this guy. He was in a pair of flip-flops and shorts, and I stopped him and started chatting, and he was telling me that he's potentially looking to invest in Dubai. He comes here regularly on holiday, and maybe it's time to invest. I did ask him what he's looking for. He said, I have a couple of kids. I need a villa, but I don't want to spend too much. I need a long payment plan, maybe 3 million up. We're talking about years ago, so 3 million that time was good. Yeah. And
very good, I would say. How many years ago was that?
Probably 7 years ago, yeah. So, and, we've met, we viewed what he wanted. But again, I think from early stages, I understood that I was listening to him. And I saw lifestyle in the other country where he's living just doesn't match that villa community where he was looking. So I suggested something crazy.
Absolutely different.
Completely
from what
different.
He initially wanted.
From a villa to a penthouse.
Wow.
And budget was not 10 times, but the budget was 20 million.
Wow.
He bought it.
Wow.
He bought it, and actually, this is a true story. It's a very small world, Dubai. Everybody know in the market. Yeah. And recently I had a coffee with a really good friend of mine. She's the owner of a real estate agency here. And she was telling me that, I remember you sold in that building, guess what? That building's now appreciated a lot. I actually now resold a unit for someone who's made a lot of money because he had a very good payment plan and he's very happy he bought it that many years ago. When I said, which floor? Just to understand which floor was appreciating. She said the floor. And I was like, that's the floor I sold. So I said to her, his name was this? And she's like, yes. So I know that is good enough that he obviously bought something at much higher. What the
Which
original,
price finally did he resell?
I don't want to disclose. No,
okay,
that's a private information of the client.
okay.
But he's made a lot of money. He's made a lot of money. So it shows that even if the client tells you he's got a smaller budget,
Yeah.
I'm not saying to push him, but understand what really his lifestyle interest. What is he looking for? Is he looking for exit after 3 years, 5 years? Is he looking to exit after? Listen and then find the product for him. And it's possible. It is possible.
Could you please tell me how is your current position at Sankari Properties Developers differ from all your previous jobs?
So before I was a sales director of a luxury developer, and around 7-8 months ago I left them. And my position now, even though it says sales director, it's more of a heading the sales department. It's taking care of the sales of this developer. It's very challenging, but it's also very exciting work because I've never had chance before in my career to be at the beginning, literally from scratch, being involved in the building that will become next icon in Dubai. In 3.5 years time, believe me, remember my words, we can revisit this video and this building will be a jewel in Marasi Marina. So involvement meaning I can go to the meetings with our development department, because to have a collective knowledge when you're dealing. So for example, we are using the Foster & Partner as an architectural bureau for the building. These guys are one of the best architectural company in the world. They've built one of the most landmarks in London, Gherkin Building and other ones. In Dubai, they've done well as well. But of course, I think it's the first time in my career that I can sit on the table and we can discuss the floor plans that Foster & Partner created. And of course, every building they do, they add something new, something better, because, you learn from previous experience. But what I do like in Sankari, they take my opinion, my humble opinion, to consideration. And my humble opinion comes from the feedback from the clients, from the agents that I've sold previously with Foster & Partners buildings. Usually you only have objections when the building is standing. So the client's getting his apartments and he said, well, I wish this was done differently. We in this position, very favorable position, that we have the collective knowledge of working before with these architects, knowing that, for example, the client said, why you didn't do this? Also, what Sankari vision is for this building. You see, during COVID, as we know, most of the people who were in Dubai, the best time spent during COVID was in the villas because they had space. So Sankari family vision for the building was, let's create this mansion, villa living, but in the building with all the amenities and with the view. So these floor plans we've discussed so many times. And if I can put even 5% input into saying, I think we should do this way or we should do that way. And they actually listen for me for a change, because generally nobody listens to sales in any developers, We have a whole department that deals with that. But to be able to communicate, to be able to actually polish. So next time when I'm showing clients now the floor plans, they're like, wow, you really guys thought of everything. Of course, nothing is perfect. We have to be realistic. But they're like, yeah, I remember. This is now this way. This is now this way. You have terrace here. You have this. So it's good. So I'm really enjoying it. It's challenging. It's very exciting. And it's definitely new step for my career.
I know that the Sankari family is very famous here in the Middle East, but they are less known, let's say, in North America or in Asia. May I kind of ask you if you could say just few words about this family, if I can ask you this question?
You can, yeah. They're a very private family, Emirati family. They are a charitable family. They do a lot of things during Ramadan. This is probably the only time you actually see any information about them. They don't want to boast about what they do. They're very private. But yes, they've done incredibly well in the retail. So they are owners of the Paris Group, one of the biggest retail chain in the Middle East. They own brands like Gianfranco Ferré, Balmain, and all of those. So, of course, they deal with them, and they've done incredibly well in terms of profit, in terms of reputation on the market, and they own also a lot of land in Dubai and properties. And everything we're building this year, we're building on our land.
Perfect.
With our own money.
Sounds promising.
So I think people in America, people in Asia should get to know us because, we're definitely new luxury kids on the block and we're here to stay.
And from our side, we will do our best so that our audience learns more and knows more about you, of course. So let's get back to your sales department. Which, as a leader, which strategies do you implement to motivate and to guide your sales team?
You see, I don't believe in micromanagement. I've experienced that myself in the past. And I think you need to let your team, again, everybody can bring something different.
Yeah.
Every member of the team have a different approach. Of course, we have to send the same message to the market in terms of, the wording, the marketing, the campaigns and stuff like that. But I'd like to think that I'm more of a friend. I'm more of a, mentor rather than a nasty boss. So yes, we discuss the strategies, we discuss who we need to work with. But again, working in this elite market, as much as we're happy to work with everyone, but we know not everyone can sell. Yeah. It is an art of selling luxury. I believe in this art, even selling, you either can do it or you cannot. If it's forced, if it's fake, if it is too pushy, then you're becoming, sort of market vendor. Your luxury clients would not work. And also the certain agents can sell it with you. So our strategy is basically work with the same people on the market that we have personally, all of us. My team is all come from previous experiences. They're not new to the market. We don't take people who had no experience. Because you need to have that network of brokers. You need to have a network of agencies. Those few agencies, 10, 20 agencies in the market who really deal with the luxury. The rest of the people will aspire, and it happens. I've had experience before where agents or agency that never sold a luxury project have done it, and then it gives them such a boost.
Yeah.
Your personal...
I know the stories.
You hear the stories, and your personal, you walk into the room differently. You've entered that 10 plus million club. Your eyes shine differently. Your walk is different. Exactly. You are different. You believe in yourself. And this is one of the important things for brokers. They need to have that constant motivation. You say salespeople, if they don't sell, they lose motivation. So it's my job to motivate them, with my crazy jokes. And
you're doing a great job, I can say, from the broker side.
And the marketing tools that I want them to be educated. I want them to learn and constantly, meet new people and network. That's the only way to do it.
And you know that Dubai is accepting more and more expats from all over the world here each year. Why do you think so many people are moving in here?
Oh, wow, many different reasons. You and I are here for a reason. So there's thousands and millions of people who move into Dubai. So many different components. Dubai's government for the past year has been doing incredibly well, working on keeping us here for longer. Yeah. So gold visa is one of those things. The removal of the sponsorship for the companies. So you don't have to have a local partner. You can own your own company. Freehold. You can buy land now.
And own it.
And own it, and own it, without being a GCC, obviously passport holder. Many things, but of course safety, tax-free. Government invests heavily in a couple of very important parts that every country, it shows that the country is growing at a rapid speed. We're anticipating 7.8 million people living in Dubai by 2040. It's 3.8, I think now, 3.6 now. So you can imagine, we're going to multiply by that stage, So government doing everything for us to stay here. And, The components of university is very important, you know. Healthcare is also one of the things, you know. I mean, now most of the countries represented here in terms of education, you know. You have the Sorbonne University, you have London School of Economics, you have American University, you have Canadian University, you have British universities.
Australian universities.
Australian universities. Pretty much every expat can send their kids to university here, and I'm one of them. My son graduated this year, and he's going to go to the British University here, which is the Birmingham University, and he's going to study economics. So he had a choice going back to UK. He actually also traveled to the Australia last year just to look, spend some time, 3 weeks there. And he said, as much as I love the country, I am planning on living and working and creating my business path in this country because this country has given me so much. He's grew up here.
Yeah.
So he wants to go to university here. And I think I'm only supporting, you know. Another option is obviously healthcare. Yeah. Dubai becoming a healthcare hub. It comes from my background experience, you know, working in healthcare, and I understand how important it is to have best hospitals. You know, we have London Teaching Hospital here, you know, so many different things. So Dubai creating this infrastructure for us, not just to make money and leave, to us to make money and invest.
And then reinvest.
And that's why we see such a huge demand of houses, because the rent is going up. Because why the rent is going up? There's less properties that are available for rent because people are buying and living themselves. Expats coming here, they want to live here. So in my opinion, it's only growing. And that's one of the reasons. Safety. Where else in the world can you, I don't know, I've left bags many times in my car with the open windows. Hour later, it's still there.
No one even came up to it.
No one came up to it. I mean, back in UK, God forbid I leave a bag in the car, it will be 5 minutes gone, you know, together with my car.
In US, I think it would take 1 minute, 1 minute or less. Yeah,
it's unbelievable, you know, the safety here, the infrastructure. One of the best restaurants, one of the best hotels. You know, we make money here, tax free, and we spend money here. So I think Dubai is doing incredibly smart.
Smart. Yeah, I know that they also have a purpose of becoming #1 medical destination on the globe. So they want to just be Germany and Israel. Yeah, have you heard about that?
I've heard this because my husband is a doctor, and you know, we're involved in that, and it's unbelievable how quickly it's happening. You know, it's very strict here. The licensing is very strict. You know, they really want the best doctors here. They want the best hospitals. They want the best facilities for many, many different things. And now, you know, even 5-6 years ago, it was not the same. So the progression is huge, really huge. And they spend a lot of money in putting into that. So people come here, like you said, you know, from the rest of the GCC world here to make sure that they get the best healthcare.
Can we talk a bit more about Dubai before we get into another topic? So how do you envision Dubai in, let's say, 10 years? How do you see Dubai? How will it change? I know that we can face some dramatic changes, but from your perspective, how do you personally envision these changes?
So in my opinion, we are going up. You know, I always said that the country is run like a business.
Yeah, this is a business project.
Sheikh Mohammed is the CEO of this country. He's not a corrupted politician. He's not someone who is eager to earn the money. No, he's spending the money. He has a vision. He had a vision years ago, you know, as the rest of the UAE rulers. You know, these people really had a vision of creating something in the desert that nobody believed. I mean, people were laughing, you know. And the perception of this part of the world is changing a lot. I remember even 10 years ago, you would have a conversation with someone saying, oh, Middle East is the same, you know, how do you feel being a woman in the Middle East? Which always surprised me because I've always been a woman. I haven't had sex change. But I feel the safest here. You know, I think it's a very huge misconception from other parts of the world. You know, Dubai is the most liberal country. And as long as you live with those ethic rules that I actually think are amazing, you know, you can't swear at the people. What's wrong with that? You can't, you know, you have to respect a woman. You know, there's a lot of many rules that I wish most of the countries accepted, you know. So Dubai is only growing. More expats coming here. And it's, again, people talk about oil. I don't understand oil conversations years ago. We don't have oil for many years. Dubai is the busiest business hub, tourist hub. I mean, the airport they're going to build is going to be 10 times bigger than airports right now. And it is one of the biggest airports already. So they're putting huge amount of money in infrastructure. I think eventually Abu Dhabi and Dubai will join at some point in terms of, we can see the tendency of the, Jebel Ali area moving in and, but of course it's a forecast for next 10, 15 years. I still think downtown, Business Bay, the IFC, this is a very lucrative area. There's no plots left. And that's why, for example, our plot is the last plot on Marasi Marina. Sankari family sat on it for a long time. They waited for the right time. And it is the right time.
No,
it's the last plot.
Yeah.
Every single developer in Dubai wanted that plot, believe me. I know personally people who wanted to buy this plot. They don't want to sell it. They want to build iconic building there. So the business hub, it's like, you have certain parts in New York, doesn't matter how far it grows, the center will still the same. So for me, I'm positively looking at Dubai's future, and I'm definitely not planning to move away from here. I'm here to stay as well.
Sounds cool. Regarding the airport, I have recently read an article that they're going to invest almost 35 million US dollar, and it will be not only the biggest airport in the world, but also the most expensive one, and they expect to handle 260 million passengers per year. I think it sounds wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is, every time we hear this news over the past, 10 years, it sounds unbelievable until it's achieved.
Yeah.
And I think Dubai has proven itself every time, we're going to, they're saying why you need the tallest building. I don't know why, but it attracts a lot of people. Why you need the biggest airport? Why? Because it will be used.
Yeah. I have noticed one funny thing. When something comes up to my mind, I think, this thing lacks here in Dubai. Just the next day, 2 weeks later, a month later, this particular thing I have been thinking about just appears on the market. This really, it's so incredible.
I mean, I have a lot of friends amongst the Emiratis, and, the way they welcome foreigners here is unbelievable. I mean, they're the minority here. There are way more expats than them.
Of course. Yeah.
But it's incredible how welcome they expats. They really do as much as possible for people to understand the culture, and I'm very passionate about Dubai and the UAE in general. I don't take criticism very lightly because a lot of times it's based on zero knowledge, personal experience. I always say, listen, if you heard something bad, don't repeat it. Yeah, it makes you stupid. Yeah, you experience it yourself, and if you really still think the same, fair enough. But you can't talk about something you don't understand.
Or didn't experience.
I didn't experience. When people say, "Oh, there's no culture; it's artificial." Are you kidding me? Middle East doesn't have a culture. I mean, it's only uncultured person can say, isn't it? Or it's artificial. What do you mean artificial? The world is artificial. We're using artificial intelligence. We're not living in the forest these days. No, but you can go to Al Barari. There is a forest there. So yeah, you need to, before you bash, you need to experience it yourself. So for me, I will always be advocate for Dubai for sure.
You mentioned before the iconic project at Sankari Properties Developers. Could you please tell me more about that?
So yeah, we'll already discuss that it's the last plot, it's the best plot with the best view. In fact, I've been looking at that plot for many years myself, working very close to that location and wondering what will happen there. And that's why it's a privilege for me to be involved in that plot, knowing that what will be there, it really will be amazing addition to Marasi Marina. It will finish the Marasi Marina with foster and partner community. But what we're building is a building where there's one apartment on the floor. So technically, it's a building of penthouses.
This is what surprised me most of all when we came for a broker tour to your office. You just ruin all the stereotypes of modern buildings.
This is coming back again to people love villas. We do have people coming from different parts of the world. They used to live like Brits. They love villas, yeah? I mean, I'm living in a villa. But if I had a choice living in the same space, with the same outdoor space, as a terrace, with the most spectacular view in the center of Dubai, of course, and if I can afford it as well, yeah? But so the idea behind this building is really creating this sort of mansion living with the best facilities. What we have in this building in terms of facilities, I personally, as a developer, have not seen in any other building. And I'm not saying it because I work for Sankari and tomorrow, I'll be pitching something. It's truly, anyone on the market who came to visit us in the sales gallery, who've seen the project, what we will be launching soon, they will agree the amount of amenities next level. We want people to be living in a full privacy. One apartment on the floor, of course. So they're coming out and the elevator opens up inside the apartment. Nobody can see them. But we also want to provide as much as possible facilities for them so they don't have to go elsewhere. So if they want to use the gym, we will give them big enough gym. They don't have to join somewhere else. If they want to do swimming lessons and it's too hot outside, we have 25-meter indoor swimming pool. If they want to have a private dining, they like to entertain guests with a Michelin star chef, we have a private terrace, private chef's kitchen. So all those things, they like playing golf. We have a golf simulator. They want to watch movies, we have a cinema. They like smoking, we have a cigar lounge. So we thought of everything.
What about kids' facilities?
Kids also, we have a play area for the kids, and it's indoor as well. So I haven't seen a building with a huge play area for the kids with air conditioning. Because again, in Dubai, we know we can have a park, but half of the year it will be difficult to use it. So everything is there. So one apartment on the floor, only 63 units, designed by iconic Foster and Partner, in the best location of Marasi Marina. You are literally 7 minutes away from the IFC. But also the way the floor plans are done, we have every single part, and you've seen the floor plans, every single part of the building has got a view.
Almost 360.
Almost 360, because we wanted to maximize on that last amazing plot. So we're on the water. How often do you get a chance to live in the heart of the city, but with the view and open space in front of you? If you're in downtown, you don't have this. If you're in the IFC, you don't have this. Even in Business Bay, where we are right now, we don't have this. Buildings after buildings. So having that open space, that waterways, it's a huge bonus. And the cherry on the top, we have the 5-star international hotel brand operator that will come to this building and will provide the services. So again, we understand that clients who will live in this building, they're used to a certain level of service. They stay in certain type of hotels around the world, and when they come here, they expect the same here. And that's very difficult to do in the building with 600 apartments. So in our very small boutique building, we're going to have this. So we don't want them to leave. We want them to live and enjoy.
And who are the main top buyers by nationalities? If I can ask you this question. Who do you expect to live in this building?
We have many European clients now. Again, coming back to COVID, there are a lot of people moved from Monaco, for example, because they found that, I love Monaco personally. I used to get involved in F1, so we used to go regularly there. I love this place. But to actually live there full time, sometimes it's too small. Dubai gives all of those things, but in a grander scale. So, and actually when you're comparing Monaco real estate prices and what you get in Dubai, they can get so much more. But they're used to a certain level, so they will come here. We have clients from Germany, we have Brits, we have Swiss, we have people generally who used to look for holiday homes, but now actually thinking of moving their companies. I have a lot of British friends who are moving here full time. For many reasons. For doing business, because now they own the company, they can get gold visa, they can live permanently here. They're looking for home, not a holiday home, not something as a third, fourth edition. It's actually primary residence. Home. Yeah. And primary residence, they normally use with kids, with families, with staff. They need this space. And to find a building in the prime location with this size, with a private swimming pool on the terrace, with that many bedrooms, one apartment on the floor, is very rare. So yes, they're understanding. We have investors and we have end users coming in now. But yeah, Europeans a lot. We have, of course, Russians. We have people from North America. Because again, they're understanding that Middle East, perception of Middle East, especially of Dubai, changed. They visited here. Yeah. How many people visited last year? I can't remember how many, 25 million or something.
I think even more.
Yeah, so all of these people coming now, they're looking at Dubai and they're saying, hey, I think
It's a great place to stay.
It's a great place to stay. I can invest, I can make money, or maybe it could be potentially my second home. So, yeah.
How has your social media influenced your marketing strategies for luxury properties?
So, as a company, we have a whole marketing department, a very professional marketing department that deals with all the social media. But of course, for personal branding, I love using social media. I think you know that well. I think most of the Dubai know that well. Whether love or hate, they see it. I think, people need to recognize you for a good reason, professionally. So social media should reflect what you're selling, but most of all should reflect your personality. So if you try to be something you're not, it's not going to fly well. You have to be genuine. You have to tell from your personal, experience. So I run my social media more of my personal page, where people can ask questions. If they're moving, the new brokers in Dubai, they want to learn something. I'm not saying I know it all. No, I'm a very humble person. I believe I can learn myself a lot. But if I can give advice or if I can introduce something, in terms of maybe they didn't know about this project, that we are building. But of course, brand, when it comes to branding, from developer point of view, is very different. It has to be very strategic. You're targeting certain audience, and it's less personal, it's more corporate, it's more, But in my opinion, I don't think we had a chance to discuss it today, but people do buy from people, and it is emotional purchases most of the time. So if I've had it before when, for example, people come to the meeting with me, brokers, and they're like, hey, how are you? And I was like, I'm getting old, I know. Maybe I don't remember. But I was like, I don't remember meeting you. But they think they've met me before because they've seen me on social media. So they can relate to me, which means they'll already come sort of, with a positive attitude. So there's more chances that we will work together because they've seen me. They understand what I can do for their clients, Because as a broker, you will never bring a very good client of yours to someone who will mess up your meeting. So if they've met you on social media and they like how you operate, then more likely they'll meet you in real life. So personal branding is important for most of the brokers and for the clients as well. They can look and they see, for example, if you are claiming to be a luxury specialist and tomorrow you're pitching a developer that's selling something for 700,000, you cannot be master of all tricks.
True.
If you're specializing in this segment and then you spreading yourself and you're saying this is good, this is good, this is good, this is the best, no. You choose for yourself, I don't know, top 5 developers that you truly believe and you know that your clients will make money, will enjoy living in those buildings, and you work on those projects. So, then the client can see, this person really is knowing what they're talking about or is just on the surface, Because taking picture in a nice car with a nice watch, and taking picture with cash in your hand, I don't think high net worth individuals will consider that as, testament that you're a successful broker.
100%.
So be yourself.
So we have already looked on the bright side. Let's have a look at the opposite side. What challenges are you currently facing on the real estate market in your luxury segment, and how do you manage to overcome them?
See, luxury segment, I always said it has got its own sort of microclimate, separate living from the rest of Dubai. But of course, in the past year, we have seen a lot of developers now launching luxury. They use word luxury. Actually, the meaning of luxury has changed now, because the same thing as branded residence has changed the meaning over the years, so as the luxury. So when we talk about brands, it doesn't mean the same. Brand to a brand is very different. So luxury to a different luxury is also different. I would say we need to understand what the client's view on luxury before we pitch any product. So when he comes to you and to a broker and he tells you, I'm looking for a luxury, we need to understand what in his view is luxury. Because it could be he's got $500,000.
Yep.
It's a good amount of money. For him, this is luxury because this is the highest he will ever achieve. So you know what to pitch him. When it comes to our segment, it's very different. we're talking about 10 million, 15 million, $100 million. So clients' understanding of luxury is very different. They're looking not for the brand of maybe some fashion. They're looking for the brand of service. They need to understand what's involved, and their demand is different. So this is probably the only challenge I see in the recent months, that just differentiating between different categories of luxury. We're calling it uber luxury, ultra luxury, but at the end of the day, it's what the client wants. And if he wants that top, there are cars, you have, car has got 4 wheels, and all the brands have it, But Rolls-Royce is different from other
BMW.
brands, Yeah, it's different. They're both nice brands.
Yeah.
BMW could be very luxury for someone. It could be not so luxury for someone else. So, yeah. But they're all good. We just need to differentiate. And once we know what the clients really want, that's the challenge solved. We can just go along.
Yeah. So we have talked a lot about clients. Now let me talk about you. Some like a couple of 2 more personal questions. So what are your professional and personal goals in your further career path in the real estate segment?
Yeah, of course, you have to look ahead. As I've mentioned before, I have no desire to leave Dubai. I don't see myself anywhere else. So also, I think I've carved a very good niche for myself in the luxury segment. I am a recognizable face in that sense, and hopefully people think that maybe I can bring something to the table. So I'm not planning on leaving development side. I'm very happy in my current place. I think Sankari family believe in me, otherwise they wouldn't have, invited me to work with them. My CEO, Mark, is an incredible guy. I consider him as my mentor, and he was my CEO before. So we've done this. It's not our first rodeo, And, I see myself staying in this segment and hopefully thriving and enjoying seeing our flagship project being built, seeing our clients making money, returning back for our next project and investing again. And then, just for me, I think the future is bright, and let's see what else, around the corner. There's always something new, something exciting.
I think Sankari family and Sankari Properties Development should really be proud of you because of your loyalty. Your loyalty, your personal loyalty to this brand, to the company, speaks much louder than any other words.
I think loyalty is very important. It's very rare in our business, actually.
Yeah, indeed.
Loyalty has to be deserved, of course.
Yeah.
The same thing I go for the team. I believe they're working as much as with Sankari family as they're also happy to work with me, because it's the relationship, it's trust and loyalty that built over the period of time that we know each other. And I think, you're hired for a reason. You're hired because they know you can do your job. And from my point of view, I always want to do more, because...
and people expect from you.
Yeah, you have to, because the competition is massive on the market. You have to be different. You have to bring something different to the table. And, I love challenges. And yes, of course, when you come to a developer with their first flagship project, there's a lot of challenges. But these are exciting challenges. This is something like you wake up in the morning, you're thinking, wow, we're going to finally announce the brand. We're going to do something. We're going to do, we're anchoring is starting. There's all those things happening. And you become part of that family. You live your life, because this is, you spend most of the time at work.
Yeah. Could you please give a piece of advice to me and to our audience? How do you leave a long-lasting positive impression to each client you have dealt with?
So as we mentioned before, every meeting you have is different from the meeting before. Yeah, because it depends on the client, it depends on the demand, depends on your relationship with the client. I very much against hard pitch, or hard sale. For me,
it's what I like most of all.
I like to develop a relationship with the client. We need to talk about what he likes, what she likes, where they go on holiday, what's their must-haves and what's their negotiables, and sort of just take it in a very emotional journey where when they leave my meeting, I want them to go home and think about what we discussed. And that is the lasting impression. They need to remember me, not because I'm a vain person and I want to be known, no, because the association of this product that I'm pitching will be with a personal touch. So they need to understand that I can deliver what I'm saying. They need to gain that trust. And they also need to fall in love with the project. And the only way to make someone fall in love with the project, if you love the project yourself. So if you genuinely love what you do, and you cannot fake that, people can feel it. If you know what you're pitching, you're confident in your product, you're not rushed. You even talk slower because you have all the time. You want the client to make this right decision. And if that client goes home and saying, I've seen a couple of projects, but that one really ticked that box because you tuned your approach to that particular person. Yes, it's a fine tuning. It's like when you tune the sports car. It's the same with the relationship. Once you reach that level with the client that he trusts you, he understands that, yes, you're answering all the points he wants, he will buy it from you. So, but yeah, you need to plant that seed and slowly water it over the period of relationship.
Let me give you a small comment. I think that before your clients fall in love with your projects, they should fall in love with you.
They have to like you, yes.
At least.
You should be relatable. You come across as a warm person, not standoff, sort of fish kind of thing. It's not about you. It's about the product and it's about the brand you present. So you have to conduct yourself in a certain manner, but also your personality should be there. They should feel like they know you for a long time. When you meet someone for an hour and they're like, yeah, I felt like I know you for a long time. It's the art. It's the art of communication. And I think that's why, years ago I studied NLP because I think certain trigger words, certain positive, negative words, when you work with athletes, it's very important. There's certain words you should not be saying and certain words you should be saying, but they should come naturally. So you master this way of communication. Your communication has to be clear. You should never overpromise or underpromise. You should be clear so the client understands that you're telling them how it is. But of course, we're salespeople. We have to a little bit make it presentable. But in reality, we should be pitching truth. It's very important because the client will never come back to you if he knows you're lying to him.
What advice would you give to all real estate brokers here in UAE as a developer? As a sales agent yourself.
So you see, I was ex-broker, so I see this from both sides. As a broker, you always find someone you are happy to work with at the developer. Yeah. So for example, you go to a bigger developer, they have hundreds of brokers, but for some reason you always go to that person. Because again, it's the same thing. You have a personal relationship with this person. You know this person can do it. So find someone in developer like that. Form a relationship. Respect their time as well. Because I've heard many times brokers telling me, you know how busy I am? I have so many clients and you're just sitting in the office because you're a developer. What they don't understand that we work with thousands of the same guys as he, and all the inquiries that he gets then gets passed to us. And we're a boutique developer. We only a couple of people in the sales team. So we answer as quick as possible. And I don't want to be rushed when they're saying to me, listen, I only have 10 minutes. Can I bring a client? No. We don't need 10 minutes to bring a client. We're not selling studio in Sports City. We're selling a lifestyle. We're selling a dream. We're selling something that client can aspire and be proud of owning. So it takes time. Client doesn't want to be rushed. Please don't do Dubai tourism. Don't take clients to 10 different developers in a day.
Yeah.
Choose for the client. This is bring them, spend time. Let us do our work because we deal with it every day. As a broker, you deal with the whole market. You might not know in details every single thing about every developer. Let developer do our job. We will do, it's like a two-way street. We'll work together. You know the client, we know the product. Let's work together, let's do it. Let us do our job. And most of the brokers do, actually. You know, most of the brokers I worked in the past, you know, they trust you because they know that you can do it. Yeah. So, and yeah, be genuine, don't overpromise. If you cannot resell this product in a couple of years' time, don't sell it.
Don't buy it.
No, don't sell it in terms of to the client.
Oh,
Yeah, if the client comes and tells you, I want this, and you know deep inside that maybe it's not the right product, think about, I always had this idea, if I can resell the same units 2-3 years down the line, it's a good product.
Yeah.
If you think, I don't think I'll be able to resell it, don't go there. Unless you're planning to move Dubai in a couple of years and leave it and never have a relationship with this client. Sell them something you'll be proud to own and sell them something that you believe in yourself.
What do you think about US? Have you ever been there?
What do I think about?
US.
Yeah, I love
Maybe
US.
as a tourism destination. Or...
I love Miami.
Of course.
I've been there many times. We had multiple friends when I used to be involved in sports. So occasionally we would go to like different locations with the Formula One. So Miami would always be like a stopping point. And have many friends still living there. I have friends living outside of Orlando as well. So I've done some drives from Orlando to Miami, from Miami around the, you know, Keys, you know. I went all the way to Key West. Love that place. And real estate there is so much more expensive than in Dubai.
My
So
God,
every time I talk to the guys who live in Miami, who owns condos, as they call them, or other places, or, you know, they're living in Coconut Grove, you know, nice areas. Yeah. They're like, wow, our dollar can really stretch in Dubai. Because luxury segment in Dubai is so much cheaper than in Miami.
Yeah.
As much as I love Miami, I think I love the vibrant culture. I'm a person who was born by the sea, so I love the sea places. The food is amazing. People are great. But it's not the most safest place.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So we do have friends of ours who can only wear their lovely jewelry, bags, when they come here. It's true. Yeah, they wear them there, but there is a risk. Yeah, say I'm a person who coming from UK, same thing. You know, when I go back to UK, I take all my jewelry. You know, I mean, London is a beautiful place, but you have to be careful what you're wearing there. So that is one of the reasons why a lot of Europeans and people from the States, you know, coming here. I also love New York. I think that's one of the most favorite places for me.
He's the big fan of New York.
I do love it. I love it. But again, it's, you know, if you're in Manhattan somewhere, it's nice. But
Outside.
if you're moving a little bit, it's a bit like Paris. You know, my sister used to live in Paris and we used to visit her. And I always said, like, people, oh my God, it's so romantic. Yes, if you're standing by Eiffel Tower and you're taking a picture, it's romantic. But you just have to watch out for the pickpockets, you know. And, you know, anywhere outside of Paris, you know, north side of Paris, anywhere, it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful city. France is an amazing place. I love Monaco. There's so many different places in the world. But I still want to be in Dubai as a home. Because in Dubai, I can get everything. But States here are amazing.
Do you have any dreams?
Dreams? Well, like a goals or...
No, like dreams.
Dreams. God, there's so many. I feel like I can achieve something else in this lifetime. So, you know, I
like
want...
what?
I don't know, maybe, I mean, the same career path. I'm happy with my career path, but maybe other heights, you know, something. For sure, I want to see my son succeeding and staying here in Dubai and creating something of himself, you know. I mean, I'm not Miss World. I'm not going to say I want world peace, but but it's true. It would be nice if the region have calmed down because it does affect the economy. And I think it's just terrible what's happening around the world in terms of, you know, wars.
Violence.
I never thought these things will happen. So if that can stop, that's also will be positive side. But also the dream is maybe to find the balance. I remember when we moved to Dubai years ago, we said we work so hard in UK. We'll come to Dubai, we'll work less. Well, that was a dream. That dream still hasn't materialized because I think we work more. So eventually, at some point, a few years down the line, I'd like to find that balance where I can still do my work, but spend a little bit more time for myself, for my family, to spend some more time with my dog, who, you know.
I saw it on Instagram.
So you see, I have American pit bull.
Yeah.
And we rescued him a few years ago, and he's the best thing that ever happened to us. So yeah, maybe I'll open one day a dog sanctuary. That's one of those things I said. You know, I'd love to invest money and bring dogs from the streets to some place where they can be safe, because I think most of the dogs are nicer than most of the people.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, they're sincere.
Yeah, true.
So,
do you have time on your hobbies after your work? Or it
hobbies,
sounds like a dream.
Hobbies. Well, I mean, I do like reading. I think it's good.
Do you read now anything?
I do. I bought a book a few weeks ago. I haven't started. I don't have time. I'm looking forward to go on holiday in July, and I will definitely read the book. I love beach. So if I can escape and enjoy a quick swim, that's something I really like doing. Yeah, I don't do knitting or stitching. I mean, I do like cooking occasionally if I have time. But there's so many things you can do in life if you just had extra time. But I think sometimes it's also mental ability to allocate that time. Because it's excuse. You know, when you come home, like I want to start exercising and I don't exercise. And then I have dinner and I'm like, nah, it's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. So, yeah.
Something else I wanted to ask you. Yeah, by the way, where are you going? A holiday in July, if it's not a secret.
No, it's not a secret. I'll be on Instagram. The world will see.
I'll be watching you.
No, I'm going to Thailand. I love Thailand because it gives me that relaxation, you know. I want to be couch potato. I every time I say I'll switch my phone, which is never the case, I have to have my phone on because obviously real estate doesn't sleep, as we know, and doesn't rest and don't go on holiday. But Thailand, I feel I can get everything in one place. So we stay in this wellness resort where basically I can have a massage every day. I know it's first world problems, but you know, massage, you have a healthy food, you have nice weather, and you just recharge. And I love the Thai people as well. I mean, they don't have anything, you know, they don't have any money, but smiles are very genuine. You feel like we're living in a materialistic world. I mean, I work for real estate. It is a materialistic world, but sometimes it's nice to take your makeup off, to take your nice clothes off and just stay in a pair of shorts, be a bit more grounded. I think that's what keeps you going for the rest of the year. If you stay grounded, you know, and recharge your battery.
What is your one best lesson that your life taught you?
So I love working with people. I love people, but people can disappoint you. So any things like that, you should never take personal. And this is something a lot of real estate agents. So rejections, learn to take rejections. It's not because of you. It's because of circumstance or something else. If you haven't done anything wrong and you know deep inside that that was not your fault, move on. Don't keep grudges. Life is very short. If you invested your time with a person or situation and these people disappoint you, maybe it's tough, but I never give second chances. I don't have enough time for second chances. I know if I've given myself to work, to friends, to people, to a client, and they betray you in any way, shape, or form, move on. Simply move on. Don't dwell on bad. Think of positive, next day coming. Basically, learn to accept rejection. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Sounds really cool.
Philosophical and old lady.
Philosophical and true.
You have to.
I think I have reached this point. Maybe recently. Before that, when Even people disappointed me, betrayed me. I thought, oh, he or she will change. I should give the second chance. But no. Then I just came up to the point that no.
And also, it's not even just don't give second chances. I know it's not part of the interview.
No
but
victims, I would say.
I don't care what people think of me. Because only I can let their opinion of me to influence me. Everybody can have opinion.
Exactly.
I cannot be liked by everyone. I'm not a chocolate, I'm not a dessert, I'm not an ice cream. Some people like me, some people don't. But that's okay.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to wake up and worry what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do to like. No, I do it for myself. If somebody doesn't like it,
it's okay.
I will not lose. I literally stop caring what people think.
It seems that you have been working with a psychologist for quite a while.
No, I've never had a session with a psychologist. No,
really?
No. It's from personal experience. Because when you work with racing drivers, with footballers, it's such a fast-moving stuff. You go from high to low, low to high. You have to be very careful. I think you just adapt. So you're learning that on a grand scale, 10 minutes, hour down the line, this situation really doesn't make a difference. I was recently having a conversation with my son. He said to me, one of my friends, he's doing incredibly well at school. He's a very smart kid, but his parents are like, you need to do it, you need to do it, you need to do it. Like, they're not letting him out, they don't do it, And he said, Mom, thank you so much for not ever pushing me.
Not putting
When
pressure.
I went to his graduation at school, this is the first time I entered that school. I have never met his parents, his teachers. In fact, they're asking him, do you even have parents?
Really?
He said, because he's now at that stage. Of course, when he was primary school, I was going. I told him, listen, if you can't carve your way and you need mom there with you,
you'll never be able to learn how to take
responsibility yourself. If there's an issue, yes, you come to me. Otherwise, sort it out yourself. So, you can't be pushy, you can't be doing this. You have to be, you need to live life. And also, the grades you're going to get at school not necessarily mean that 5 years down the line you'll be successful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good to do well at school. It's good to get to a good university. And I'm aspiring for him to do this. And of course, he's done it. But he's done it because he wanted it, not because he was pushed. I know a lot of friends who went to university with me and never worked a day. Because the parents said, well, you need to have a degree. All the girls needs to have a degree. Yeah, because, and then she's staying home, not doing anything. So if you ask her, did you waste 5 years? Yeah, she did waste 5 years. Why? We have friends in UK who left school at 12 because he was dyslexic. And that time people didn't understand dyslexia. They thought he's stupid. They were bullying him at school. He left school. He owns supermarkets. He can't prepare a document, yes, because he cannot read it well, but he has people who he paid to prepare the document. He is smart. The point is, everybody find their way. So you don't have to push the child to do as everybody else. Everybody have to find their own way how to do it. We're achieving goals with different ways. But pressure is not something I would never pressurize anyone.
So you told your son to take his personal responsibility for all his actions. That's very good. Smart.
He wanted a suit. I said, find a tailor. Go to tailor. He brought the suit back. He wanted this.
Yeah.
He's very independent.
That's one of the most things that parents should transfer to their kids, from my understanding.
But he can do anything he wants.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't do it because and he's very grateful that we as a parent, we're guiding him, of course. When he was a baby, of course I was with him, but I don't want him to be
dependent
18-year-old who's holding his mom's hand.
Yeah.
This will be disaster for his personal life later on because he's going to try to find a mummy in the woman. I want him to be independent. So,
How old is he now?
He's 18.
18.
Yeah.
Still so young. Still a kid to some extent.
He's a kid, but he's a grown-up man. Yeah, he's driving himself. He's, even when he went to Open Day in university, it was his choice. It wasn't my choice. We said, you can go to UK, you can go somewhere else. He said, listen, I'll go to Australia. He went on his own to Australia. He went to university.
On his own?
On his own, yeah. He's got the half-brother there as well. But, the point is, we were not there. He went to UK. He went to Cambridge for 3 weeks. My mum was very excited that he's going to go back to UK. He'll be there close to them. And he said, no, I don't want to be in UK. I don't see my future there. So I want to be back in Dubai. So that was his choice. I will only support it.
Cool.
Support, yes. Push, no. All natural.
Anna, thank you so much for such fantastic interview. I think it was very useful, very interesting, very sincere and honest, which is quite seldom nowadays, I would say. Thank you so much.
Well, I think the host make me feel very comfortable. And this is another thing, obviously, what we're talking about, when you feel comfortable, you open up. So I was very sincere with you. And this is how it works with the clients. We were not rushed. We discussed every point we wanted and maybe some more that you managed to squeeze in. But in reality, yes, I really enjoyed chatting with you. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you too. So that was the end of our fantastic interview with wonderful Anna Chen. So stay tuned for our next podcast. And if you liked our video, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.